Good morning. I printed out some of the questions that I'm getting today. One of the questions is, did you have any changes to your intake of insulin from another type 1 diabetic? When I went low carb and then when I went carnivore, I did have to lower my basal rate slightly. I also had to adjust my insulin to carb ratio when I went low carb, and also you need to start bolusing for protein when you're low carb, high protein, or carnivore. And to do that, I read Dr. Bernstein's Diabetes Solution, and I was comfortable with adjusting my own insulin. And so that's what I do. If you are pursuing a low carb diet or Dr. Bernstein's way of living or even carnivore, I would definitely, now this is just a CYA for me, talk to your CDE or your endocrinologist on making sure that you are bolusing for your food. They might tell you that you don't need to bolus for protein or try to scare you away from low carb. So I recommend also reading as much as you can and listening to podcasts about low carb and type 1 diabetes. There's a lot of information out there. And please check out the group Type 1 Grit on Facebook. So I did have to adjust my insulin. The next question we have, do you use insulin? I do use insulin. I use Novolog via insulin pump. My basals are pretty low because apparently after 7 years, I am still honeymooning. Dr. Bernstein says that with low carb, we can extend the honeymoon for very long, and I plan on doing that for as long as I can. So I am on a low dose of basal through my pump along with bolusing for my food. Next question from a person wondering about sunburns and low carb. All right, so what happens a lot is when you go low carb, you're going to cut out a lot of PUFAs, which are polyunsaturated fatty acids. These are inflammatory, so you're cutting out a lot of soy oil for most of us. A lot of us avoid soy oil, canola oil, rapeseed oil, all of these very inflammatory oils. Now, this is nothing that I can give you a study for. I've only read one study about sunburns and the omega-3, omega-6 ratio factor. But as you know, omega-3s, they're more anti-inflammatory than the omega-6s. So when you cut most of the omega-6 out and you start concentrating on healthier fats that are monounsaturated and saturated and getting your omega-3s through fatty sources of fish and things like that, your inflammation will go down. Now, anecdotally, from carnivore groups who do not eat any PUFAs from plant sources at all, we eat mainly beef, salt, and water, and a lot of people will also include things like eggs, cheese, full-fat dairy, anything from an animal, pretty much anything with a face. Personally, I eat a lot more beef, I eat a lot of eggs, and then also salmon and herring, sardines, and fish. So I don't eat a lot of PUFAs. I've got omega-3s and I've got saturated fats. Personally, I have not worn sunblock in 2 years. I know a lot of people would cringe at that, but I don't burn. I went to Myrtle Beach with my sister, who does not follow the way of eating. She eats low carb, but she also she also has soy oil from mayonnaise. She's not as picky as I am when it comes to things like that. And that's fine. It's working for her. It wasn't working for me. So I had to cut all that out. She burned horribly, even with sunblock, and I didn't. And that's my own anecdotal evidence of I don't burn anymore. I'll get tan, but I don't burn. And like I said, in the carnivore group, a lot of people notice they stop having a sunburn as well. A little bit of an update on my own health. Today I go in for an ultrasound on my thyroid to check the nodules. We're going to see if they're still there. I'm hoping they're not. I also get my blood work done today for my A1C. My meter average for the last 90 days is 110 milligrams per deciliter, which should equal out to around a 5.5 A1C. I don't know if I told you, but we got the G6. I want to show you my blood sugars right now. The G6, I will say, is a lot more accurate than the G5. You don't have to calibrate. I tend to only calibrate once out of the whole 10 days. I don't know if you can see this. I had a little bit of a spike last night because I was silly and I grabbed a couple of pieces of bacon without covering it before I went to bed. It spiked my blood sugar a little. I was prepping it for breakfast today and I couldn't resist. It smelled so good. It was only 2 slices, I thought, but there you go. Got to cover for all of your food. I have no artificial sweeteners in my diet as of right now. I did have some stevia and erythritol when I was on evacuation from Florence. I went to Kentucky and I actually started using but sweetener in my coffee while I was there. I'm back to no sweeteners. Got my decaf. I'm trying to cut back to 2 cups of coffee a day again. Still no energy drinks. Main meals right now, I had 6 eggs this morning and 4 slices of bacon. I've been putting the eggs in the waffle iron to cook, so they're waffle-shaped eggs, and that just makes it more fun. I actually am going to chop the bacon up next time, mix it into the egg batter, and then cook that in the waffle iron and make bacon and egg waffles. I don't know what it is about the waffle shape. It just makes things fun. All right, and plus, I only have to clean up the waffle iron, and it's just so easy and so quick. Last time I weighed myself, I was 106 pounds. My goal is to stay around 110, so I'm going to monitor that. I believe that was just water weight initially from dropping any vegetables from my diet about a week and a half ago. So I don't think that's actual weight loss, but I do pay attention to that. I will be getting weighed today, so we'll see where we're at. We had Hurricane Florence come through, and I did leave because it was coming in at a Cat 4, and due to my medical history, I did not want to be without power or isolated by floodwaters. So, decision between me and my husband, I went and I visited my aunt, and it was a wonderful time. And I got to know my cousins more, and we had a blast. We went bowling. It was great. New workout program, since I'm feeling a lot better due to the fact that I'm back on carnivore. I will be doing an upper body workout today. Tomorrow will be a lower body workout. It's only 20 minutes. And then I do cardio at school. Wednesday, I'm either going to do an upper body workout or I might do a core workout that also involves shoulders and butt. Get the booty going. Thursday is a lower body workout, or we might do upper body if we do. It all depends. Pretty much what my schedule is going to be is upper body, lower body, core. Upper body, lower body, core. And then the only cardio I'm probably going to do is in the afternoon for class because we've been doing kickboxing, dance. We'll be doing walking for fitness, step aerobics, and then eventually circuit training and water aerobics. So I don't want to overdo the cardio. My meals consist of eggs and a half a pound of beef at lunch, and then a half a pound of beef at dinner. I've tried intermittent fasting, but if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. And so far, I've been hungry for both lunch and dinner, so that's what I'm doing. I just salt the patties. I do use seasonings. I like the Tony Chachere's. I think that's how you say it, but it's a Cajun seasoning, and it's spicy. I get the extra spicy. I use a taco seasoning sometimes. Salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic powder. I still season my beef. If I need a little extra fat, I'll add a little bit of ghee or bacon fat onto the burger. I've been using an 85% fat beef in the form of the Aldi's patties. They're $3 a pound. You get 3 pounds for $9. I pretty much eat for about $4 a day right now. And so that's pretty cheap. $4, 4 times 3, $120 a month. If that, that's very affordable for me. Oh, and also supplement-wise, I am taking vitamin D3, K2, and I've started taking the desiccated beef liver because I was on a B12 supplement before, and I also noticed that my gums were pale and my tongue was pale for a while. And I can't exactly just hop into my doctor's office and ask if I'm depleted in iron or anything, but my period had been getting lighter and lighter the past few months. And a little wonky, so I decided it could be anemia, could be something, it won't hurt. So I started taking the desiccated beef liver capsules because they also have a really good heme iron in them. It's only 11%, so I'm not overdoing it. So along with my food and that, I can say actually this week my gums look a lot better. They're less pale, they're a lot pinker, and also my tongue is a lot pinker. I have energy, I don't hurt, which is the main reason I do carnivore at any time, is because my joints will start to hurt. I'm still dairy free. I did have some dairy 2 days ago. I had some heavy whipping cream in my coffee. And you know what? Later that day, I was sitting and I noticed my ankles and my knees hurt. And my blood sugar was elevated. Like I couldn't get it below 120. And I realized, you know what? That's probably that heavy cream I had earlier. So I cut that out. Blood sugar's back to being where I need it to be, right where I'm targeting it, and my knees don't hurt. So those are my updates, and those are the answers I have for you today. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the comment section, and I'll continue to make answer videos for you. Thank you so much, and you have a great week.